Greetings, hello, and welcome to another yoga practice. So today a little bit of work on our hips in a gentle way, so we won't be too strenuous. Again, I ask, as I always like to do when we are practicing, that you focus on your alignment and your breath, and really getting into that meditative state of your yoga practice, the moving with the breath, the flow of your energy, the sensations in your body. So we come out of that physical realm a little bit and find a little bit of balance in our practice. So today we'll start on our backs, and you'll come to Supta Baddha Konasana. So this is with the soles of the feet together, gently lying down, bringing both hands just below your rib cage. So focusing a little bit on our solar plexus area, so our solar plexus chakra. So imagine it's just a lotus leaf of 10 petals, and a beautiful colour of yellow sunshine. As you settle into Supta Baddha Konasana, if this feels challenging in this hip area, then maybe place something underneath your knees. If it gets too challenging, just lengthen your legs out. With your eyes closed and your hands resting on your solar plexus area. As you breathe in and as you breathe out, just internally chanting to yourself the word Ram, R-A-M. So as you breathe in, it's Ram, holding the breath. And as you breathe out, it's Ram. Just silently to yourself, or if it feels okay to verbalize that, then do that. Just take 9 breaths. Really connecting to the breath, the inhale, the space after the inhale, and the exhale, and that space after your exhale. Just checking in with your neck as you breathe, and your shoulders, feeling softness. And bring your arms out to a T now with the palms face down. Bring your knees together with the soles of the feet onto the mat, and place your feet, if you're on a mat, to the outside edges of the mat, or just a little bit wider than the hips. Let the knees drop together, and then just let the rest of the body just settle down onto the mat. So you've got the palms face down, pull the shoulders away from the ears, take a breath in. And as you exhale, roll your head over to the right. Stay here for 2 breaths. Keep your left shoulder down. Take an inhale and bring your head back to centre. And exhale, take your head over to the left. Staying again for a couple of breaths and keeping the right shoulder down, gently and softly. And then inhale, gently come up to centre. Take your feet hip distance, bring your knees hip distance apart, and have your ankles underneath your knees as much as you possibly can to feel comfortable. You're going to pick up your right leg, coming into modified pigeon. Place the right ankle to the outside of the left knee, and just let your right knee hang towards the front of the mat, the room, whatever the front is for you. And you can stay there, you can keep your arms at a T. You can walk your foot in a little closer if that feels good. You can use your hands and reach around, take a hold of the inside of your thigh, if that feels a nice stretch, or maybe you can reach to your shins without challenging your neck and your shoulders. So you want to keep a level of softness there. Keeping both feet flexed in this. And then if you are holding your left leg, just gently release it. Bring your left foot back down to the mat. Take the arms back out to a T with the palms down. Stay long in the neck, and then let your legs roll over to the right. Keep both shoulders on the mat. Either look up or take your gaze down your left arm. Now if you're tight in the arms and the shoulders, you just bring your hands down closer into the body, or the arms closer into the body. Take 4 breaths. Keeping your awareness on your breath and not distracted by anything you might hear that's going on around you. And then inhale, bring that leg up to center. Place the right foot down, modified pigeon, other side. So pick up the left leg. Place the left ankle to the outside of that right knee. And again, staying here. You can reduce or increase the intensity of this pose by walking and moving your right leg. So you can have it walk it in closely, and you can hug it in, whatever works for you. But not losing the integrity of the softness in the neck and the shoulders with whatever you do. Quite often in class when I'm teaching, I see a lot of tightness in here as we really try to reach for that. So we don't want this tightness. I'm especially aware of that for me, my body type. So you had a nice quote this morning, so I'll come back to that. Lower the right leg down, and then let your legs drop over to the left. So again, your gaze can be up, or your gaze can be down your right arm. So the quote was, your issues are in your tissues. And in yoga practice, we talk a lot about samskaras, memories of current life, past life, held in our body tissue. And you can think about that if you play sport or do anything, your body holds that memory. So as it holds the memory, it also holds the memory of issues, of challenges we've had in our life. Sometimes we know we react overly strongly to something. It's just a memory. And we have to learn to adjust our behaviour. So bring your legs back to centre. Gently hug both knees into your chest. And take happy laughing, baby. So either taking hold of the soles of the feet as you bring your knees towards your armpits. Now if this lifts your tailbone up and you end up like this, then change your grip. So here's a nice little rock from the side to the side, you gently massaging that back. So think about getting a massage there through the rolling and the movement. And then just gently hug your knees into your chest. Going to rock up to a seated position, so however you want to come up. And then we're going to square the legs. So you'll have one leg in front of the other, and your shins will be in front of each other, your toes pointing forward so that your feet are square. Sit up really tall. And roll the shoulders around. One way and then the other way. And then let's just do 5 rounds of ha breath. It's a nice way to relax through the shoulders. So inhale, we bring the shoulders up to the ears. And as we exhale, open up the mouth and let out a 4 more. Hold one more for good luck. And then we're going to walk our fingers forward. And as you do that, keep your belly button pulled into your spine and your shoulder blades down the back. So these shoulders come away from the ears. And then arch your back up. Walk your hands over to the left side, or if you've got your left leg in front, if you have your right leg in front, walk your hands to the right. Keep your shoulders and your chest square to the floor. And then walk your hands back to center. And we'll swap the legs. So whichever leg was in front, we're turning that around. Again, keep your feet flexed so they're pointing forward. And walk the fingers forward. Take that nice big arch in the back. Just stretch out through the back of your body. And then if your right leg is in front, hands to the right. If your left leg's in front, hands to the left. Walk your fingers back to center. Come up to seated. We're just going to hold a mudra. So what you're going to do is interlace all of your fingers. Release your middle fingers. This is for the solar plexus. And we're just going to bring the hands and let them rest against the solar plexus. Close your eyes. Come back to envisioning sunlight orange and thinking of the word Ram. We're just going to breathe in and out for 9 times. Let that bright orange light fill your entire body. Release your hands, come over onto all fours. Knees underneath your hips, wrists underneath your shoulders. Keep your feet down and just peer and look over to your right hip. Don't swing your hips as you do this, just hold length through the spine. So you get a lengthening through the left side. And then come back to center and peer around at your left hip. You may not be able to see it, and that's okay. It's the intent, it's the direction in which we're moving. And we'll just take 5 cat and cows. So take a breath in, drop your belly and lift your gaze. And as you exhale, tuck the toes under and arch that back again. Take an inhale. And an exhale. And inhale. And an exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Come to a neutral spine, take your knees wide, bring your big toes to touch. Sit back and take extended child's pose. Reach your arms forward, bring your head down. If your head does not touch the mat, place something underneath and take 5 breaths. Breathing in the moment. And back up onto all fours. We're going to step our right foot forward to our right hand. So your right knee is it's either going to be over your ankle or slightly in front of it. Lift up out of the pelvis as you bring your hips forward. Getting a nice lengthening through your left hip flexor. You can keep your hands on your knees. You can bring them to your hips. You can bring them around behind. Getting a lift in the heart and a lengthening in the throat. Or you can take your arms high. Spreading the fingers. Keep lifting the heart. Taking a breath in. And as you exhale, bring the hands down. We'll swap our legs. So step the right leg back. Step your left foot forward. Hands to the hips or onto the knee. Pressing the top of your right foot down and making sure your weight is more into the heel of your left foot as you come forward. So we're not sinking down and dropping into this. There's a gentle lift here as you come forward. Squaring of the hips as much as possible. And again, any hold with your arms that feels comfortable for you. And as you're practicing this, you can always come back and bring your hands to the solar plexus. Breathing in and thinking of the qualities of bright orange and the qualities of creativity. And then just gently bring the hands down. Take it back into an extended child's pose. Take 3 breaths. So just gently warming the body up. Inhale, come up onto all fours. And we'll just tuck the toes under into a downward facing dog so that we can make our way up into standing nicely. Just take a few breaths here. You may do downward facing dog with your knees down. And that's great. And then walk forward to your hands. Make your way up to standing. Take the arms really high, heart lifts. And bring your hands to your heart center. I'm going to move into Warrior 1. Always one cat hanging around. Oh, look, it wants to play. So we're going to step the left foot back into your Warrior 1. So for some people, this is way back here. Hips are coming forward. Just for today, keep your heels in one line as if they're on a railway track. Doesn't matter if your hips don't get square. Mine never have. We don't have to force that, but what we want to do is just find a Warrior 1 for us. And then bring your arms up to cactus arms. Just hold them here. Take a breath in and straighten your front leg. And as you exhale, you're going to bring your forearms and your elbows together and go back to your lunge. And inhale, come up. And so while you're doing this movement, keep working with the breath. Just don't let your back foot lift off. So you might not go down very far. Just moving with the breath. 3 more. Come up, step to the front of the mat, and we'll do the other side. Step your right foot back, find the right distance for you. So it's either going to be a long pose or it's going to be a short pose. Bring your arms back to cactus arms. Press your back foot down, heels in one line. Take a breath in and straighten your front leg. And as you exhale, bring the elbows, forearms together and lunge. Inhale up. Exhale, lunge. Staying stable through the pelvis. Inhale up. Exhale, lunge. Inhale up. Exhale, lunge. 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale, lunge. Inhale up. Exhale, lunge. Come on up. Step to the front of the mat and bring your hands to your heart. Take 2 breaths. Kids love to practice yoga. So now we'll do warrior 2. We're going to step the left foot back. Again, pick your stance. Just take the hands to the hips while you get your feet in alignment. Turning your hips around so the inner thighs are really active here as you come down. And you're lifting up from the pelvis. So we're not dropping forward, not bringing the chest forward, but there's a lift from the pelvis. I'm going to hold you here and press into the outside edge of your back foot. And then this way, we're really working into that hip area. Bring your arms parallel. Nice. Your gaze is down your front middle finger. Take a breath out. Inhale, we'll straighten the leg. Keep pressing into the back foot. And then exhale, we lunge. Feel your inner thighs working. Inhale, come up. We'll really hug into that place. And then exhale, lunge down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, lunge. 3 more. Inhale. Hold here 5 breaths. Again, just feel your inner thighs rotating up to the sky, a lift from your pelvis. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Step to the front of your mat. Hands to heart, take 2 breaths. Step your right foot back. Hands to hips. So again, inner thighs wrapping up to the sky as you press your feet down. Pelvis lifting. So again, we're not collapsing. Our legs are very active. So this would be my relaxed pose. Now a little bit more action. And there's a lift. So, you know, when you walk away from a yoga practice, you always feel like you're walking a little bit taller. And this is why. So press the feet down. Arms gently parallel to the floor. Gaze down your front middle finger. Now hug your belly button to your spine. Lift your right inner thigh up to the sky as you press the outside edge of your right foot down. Press into the left heel and lift your left inner thigh up to the sky. Take a breath out. Keep that engagement. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, lunge. Straighten, inhale. Lunge, exhale. 5 more. and working with the breath. Lunge and hold. Keep the shoulders soft. Action, muscular action through the legs, engagement through the feet. Inhale, straighten your front leg and step to the front of your mat. Bring your hands to your heart. Take 3 breaths. We'll step the left foot back and we'll come into triangle pose. So assume warrior 2. So remember, we're lifting from these hip bones. So these front hip bones, they hug in towards each other. We hug into the belly. And we straighten that front leg. You don't want to lock it, so there's a little micro bend in there. Inner thighs, activate inner thighs. Reach forward. Left hand can come to your hip and then tilt. So left hand to the hip's good if you've got pain in your shoulder or neck, if you're tight, rather than quite often I see this and it looks so bad. Looks like it would hurt. Your arms are at 12 o'clock. Your body is a triangle and you should be able to hold yourself here through your pelvis and your legs. You can look up, you can look down. Feel the pressure of the feet as you lock down. Feel the energy rise from the feet all the way to the tips of the fingers of your left hand. And then come on up. And we'll step to the front of the mat and swap sides. Take 2 breaths first. I'm going to step that right foot back this time. So establish warrior 2. Heels as if you're on a train track. Pressing down but lifting up. Establish that again. Straighten your front leg. Arms parallel. So this time right hand can come to your right hip as you reach forward and tilt. So for many of us, this pose is here. Quite often, you'll see in class the idea that we've got to have the hand down, and what we end up doing is bringing the chest forward and we don't engage through the pelvis and the legs. So working in the hips, keeping the rib cage stacked. Taking the arm high, leaving it on the hip or behind you. So your inner thigh here working. And then come on up as you inhale. Step to the front of the mat. Bring your feet together, hands at heart. Just keep stepping into the middle of the mat, it's a bit easier. Breath in and breath out. Going to take goddess pose. We're going to step our feet maybe about 4 feet apart, turn the toes out, and then as you come down, try not to bring the chest forward, but try to keep a straight spine as you bend your legs. Feeling your inner thighs lift. And keep your hands at your hips if that feels comfortable to do so. Going as low as is comfortable for you, or arms at cactus, goddess. Check the weight in your feet. A bit lower. inhale, come up. As you come up, pivot on your feet, turn the heels out, and come to a halfway fold. So you may need to rest your hands on a block or something. And just for a moment, before you come to your full fold, press into the outside edges of both feet. So the big toe side of the foot is very light on the mat. And as you press into the outside edges, press your sitting bones up to the sky. Maintain that, pull the belly button in, and then fold. We'll just take our hands to our ankles, shoulders away from the ears, and take 5 breaths. Lift up through the thighs, lift the kneecaps. We'll take another 3 breaths. And then just halfway lift. Walk your feet in so they're maybe a foot and a half apart or whatever works for you. We'll come to a deep seated squat. So if you can keep the heels on the mat, that's great. But for some of us, we're on our toes. You might need to sit on something. Just finding wherever you can be. If your knees or elbows are on the inside of the knees, just gently encouraging the knees to open a little bit. So again, just getting into that hip area. 5 more breaths. And then we'll come to a seated position. So just gently sit down, take your legs out in front of you. Sitting on a block if you need to get a straight spine, or bending the knees slightly, sitting on a pillow or cushion, whatever's handy and whatever is workable for you. So rather than taking the arms high, we'll just keep the fingers beside us, lift out of the pelvis again and just come forward into a gentle fold. Keep your feet flexed, so you want to press through your heels. And you're going to take another 5 deep breaths. Walk your fingers up. Take Janusarasana. So bring your right foot to the inside of your left. Sit up tall. And then fold over your left leg. So I have with me, so this is our solar plexus chakra, or manipura as they call it in yoga practice. I work with chakras a lot longer than I have done yoga. So I still refer to the chakras in the way I was taught many, many years ago. And gently come on up, and we'll take half shoelace, quite like this one. So the right leg is over the top, the knees on top of each other. Press through the heel. This will work down the outside edge of your left leg. So just square to the front. Imagine that your sternum is pointing towards your big toe, and come forward on that. You can walk the fingers forward as far as you can go. Don't relax your left foot, but press through the heel again and press the back of the leg down. Press your sitting bones down to the mat. Shoulder blades down the back and heart forward. You can bring your chin in towards your chest if you like, to get a little bit more intensity in the pose. So I just thought I would, on the back of my beautiful card that I bought in the States one year, so the qualities of the solar plexus or the Manipura chakra: a clear life purpose, intrinsic self-worth, authenticity, ecological awareness is one of those, but peace and fulfillment. As we're all encouraged to think about these in our isolation. My isolation is with my cats, who seem to know when I roll my yoga mat out. And then come on up. We'll take a twist with this. Now you can either keep the half shoelace, or you can bring your left leg underneath. And if you're doing this, this is quite a challenging pose for me, as many of you will know, but both sitting bones want to remain on the floor. And if they don't, if you find you're lifting over, just come back to half shoelace, or plonk, push something underneath that left hip so you can get square hips. And then we'll turn to the right so we can get a bit of a twist, but lift out of the belly and turn the chest as you press the sitting bones down, so you really get the intensity of the twist. You can hold a mudra with your hands, so your elbow can be there. Some of you may bind, which would be this left hand underneath the knee if you were in a compromised shoelace like myself. Three more breaths. And then you come back to center, and we'll do this on the other side. So we'll start with Janusarasana. Right leg is extended. Left foot to the inside of the right. Square, imagine you're bringing your sternum towards your toe. So you're pressing the back of the leg down, pressing the sitting bones down, lifting the heart, and then lengthening forward. Come up, and we take half shoelace this side. So the left leg comes over the top this time. Knees on top of each other, and again pressing down. So whatever's on the floor, as BK Iyengar always says, we ground it more. BK Iyengar also, the alignment, very focused on alignment. Sometimes pushing a little bit too hard. I believe that we need to push through things, that we need to take ourselves a little bit out of our comfort zone, but not to the extent of causing injury. Just finding that balance. Just thinking about those qualities of the solar plexus or Manipura chakra in your life: fulfillment, purpose of life, ecological awareness. Just think about how they're playing out now in these times of isolation. Walk your fingers up, taking a twist, so either bending your bottom leg or keeping it straight, and twisting round to the left. So remember, as you twist, you lift up and then you twist. Quite often we get carried away and we do the twist first, but it's a lift up and then twist. And just keep working with that with your breath. Three more breaths. And then just gently come out of your twist. Just bring both legs out in front of you just for a little moment. Gently and softly, taking your feet a little bit wider than the hips. And we'll fold forward for 9 breaths. You can bring your head down. arch your back or roll your back if you wish. And then gently come up. We'll bring the soles of the feet together. We'll create a diamond shape with the feet, so butterfly, more of a yin practice here, or yin asana. And then we'll gently come forward. You can soften and arch your back, so we're looking for lengthening through the spine as you come forward. Bringing the chin in towards the chest, and see if you can feel the spine lengthen. So the yogis say that we can tell the health of someone through the health of your spine. So when you're in these poses, bringing your awareness to your spinal column, maybe getting an internal picture of what the spine, or the health of the spine is, the flow of the energy, flow of our nervous system, our prana. Finding space through the spine. Breathe into that space and take another 5 breaths. And then gently come on up. You're going to bring your knees together and you're going to come down onto your back. And as you lie down on your back, just let the knees drop in towards each other. Just let your hands rest on your solar plexus area and soften. Just let your body release, let it go, let it land. Eyes are closed. Jaw is soft, lips are soft, shoulders drop away. You're just taking 3 breaths where you imagine you're doing the ha breath, sitting up with shoulders coming up to the ears on the inhale, and the ha, and just gently softening down, finding that length in the neck. Keeping your eyes closed, keeping your hands on your solar plexus, so you can come back to the mudra that I've introduced, especially for our solar plexus, just to let your hands rest. And we're going to take the legs out long, keeping your eyes closed, as you settle into a relaxing shavasana. So you may find that holding your hands onto your rib cage or just below your rib cage on your solar plexus area is not relaxing. Holding a mudra is not relaxing, in which case you just release your hands and bring them beside you. And focus on your breath. Just breathing in and breathing out. And in your mind's eye, focus on the colour of sunset orange or sunrise orange. Imagining the lightness and the beauty of that colour throughout your entire body, from the tips of your toes to the crown of your head and the tips of your fingers, shining out through your solar plexus and connecting to your heart. Staying here for a few moments or a couple of minutes, I have an angel card I will read, which I picked out for this practice this morning. It's entitled Celebrate Life, and it says, "Dearest you, you have a unique purpose and destiny that only you can fulfill. But first, you need to know that destiny isn't a destination. You don't arrive at some special place where, poof, you're perfect and happy all the time. It's about establishing and firming up a commitment to a certain experience, whatever form that takes. Your soul knows what you need to experience. Your destiny is to be present to all of life's adventures, to discover your talents and full potential through allowing inspiration to lead you, and to risk standing apart from the crowd to listen to your soul. You are special as much as you are also, paradoxically, one with the world, individual, yet part of a great whole. Both truths have led you to this moment where we are saying you are on the right track, even if your ego self doesn't see that. Listen to your soul, check in with spirit, and keep going. With your hands to your belly, take 5 deep breaths. Feeling at one with your destiny, at one with the world around you. Take a breath in and reach your arms up overhead. Nice big stretch, roll to your right side. And then come up and take a comfortable seated position. Bringing your hands again into the mudra. Resting your hands to your solar plexus, soften the shoulders, and a soft holding of the mudra, eyes closed. Take a moment to thank and honour yourself for your life in this moment. And for the next steps, the next wave of your life. Take Anjali Mudra, bring the palms of your hands together, bring your thumbs to your third eye center. And honouring the grace that exists within us all, we bow forward and we say Namaste, honouring the grace within you all. Have a wonderful rest of your day.